Hi, this is Ricky-san. I am Pi System Consultant. In this video is brought to you by Sunleak Technology. All the money come from my company supporting me. There's no sponsor. It's just from my company purely. In this video, I want to talk about software development versus you just go with one vendor or versus you go with many vendors, and maybe pros and cons of each. So first, talk about development. Think about that you could build software from ChatGPT or any AI tool help you build the software out. And I have tried it and I see some success, right? Like I could build like custom symbols from scratch from ChatGPT. I could sell that online. The problem with building a software versus off-the-shelf product, I guess, just focus on building myself. Right? It's you are the developer, and what you build, you have to support. Right? If there is user, then you have to support them as much as you can to the best of your ability. If there are just a few users, you can manage that. But what if there's thousands of users? Let's say this is like a product that is critical for their job. Then they will scream at you if it doesn't work. Then you have to provide support to them to their satisfaction. And also a couple things about keep up with the requirement too. Like, user have requests, and if you build your software couldn't meet expectation, you have to enhance it. And that's why that is hard. Even with AI, you could just look for the code in, go ahead and try to figure something out and hope go for the best. I would say, like, if you are a developer and you use ChatGPT, it will speed you up. But if you are no developer and then you just use AI to build your own product, you are going to have obstacle and challenge that you can never imagine. And I kind of know what's the AI limitation have, because I have used it and I have tried to build things, and then it's not going to be what you think it is. Just tell it what to do, and then maybe it can build it. You still have to debug. You still have to figure things out from the code, which is very technical in that sense. And then you have another vertical, which is going for one vendor, right? Let's say that vendor is super powerful, like Apple, right? Apple product, you have Mac, you have iPhone, you have Apple Store, you have, iPad, right? Apple Watch, and then EarPods, right? You go for one vendor, and then, everything kind of sync together. But guess what? This model is for you. If you go for that route, it's very hard to get up because everything is so integrated. It would become a very challenging thing for you to get up. Let's say you're trying to load your photo, right? And if you don't use Apple's store to store your photo and try to get it out every time, put it in the hard drive, for example, this is difficult. And you try to make your music sync across device, right? Let's say you have like iPad, iPhone, and a computer. All of them should have the same file. But if you have different device, it's not going to sync across. And then it's just more work for you to trying to go outside of that vendor, which I see like company like Apple or Aviva is trying to do that. They try to lock you down so that you become very hard to get out. I don't want to say bad word, but it's pain in the ass on getting up, right? If you are locked down, because you have so many things already throw your investment, your time in one thing, and then you don't know how to get out. If you want to get out, you cost a lot of money, like $500,000 or to $1 million just to get out to and use another software. So that's kind of the cons. The pros, I already said it, everything kind of sync, like harmony, right? Everything is kind of work together. The third vertical, you use the best product out there. And in order to know what is best, you have to have consultant to tell you which one is the best one. Maybe you also follow the trend knowing what is best out there, right? And to me, so far, you could collectively use multiple vendor to put in an architecture that is best. But who is going to know all the software? It is very difficult and challenging to find one person that knows all the software within the architecture in a detailed level to be able to support it. Finding the best solution and put it together, from my perspective, is the way to go. I think that's the 4.0 solution engineers should come up with. I really like Walkerano come out. He said like this, bring out the best product into your architecture, and then the rest will be, you can swap out. If you don't like this software, swap it away and then put something, replace it, right? Having a good architecture, bring the best in there, will be able to achieve that. The challenge is how many people is able to master all the software. But maybe you can bring in different expertise to just manage different components, right? And one of the things that you could be managing is MQTT broker, right? And depends on which vendor you're picking, then the support will be different. And then Historia, right? Like time series database, which SCADA system you're picking, right? It just, everything needs some level of expertise. And if you want to do a better utilization in your company, and there must be somebody in your company that are really good at something to be able to generate value from the software that you. And I think after talking about this, there are so many pros and cons in each area, and what is my recommendation of my go-to, and I think it's the last option, which is going for a open architecture environment, so that, you know, when something goes wrong and you don't like the vendor, swap it away easier, right? And you're prepared for that. A decent consultation engineer should give you advice on, not just go for one vendor and then just thinking this will work. And I think there are so many vendors out there, and there are advantage and disadvantage of each vendor as well. So you can never really say one vendor did all the things. And I think it's more transparent. Sometimes you need custom application, build your own, like a pipe system, custom symbols, right? Sometimes you need that. You just need some of the macros within the Excel to build a report. Things like that, combine all these three strategy into one. I think if you can mix it up, that is kind of great. That's why I lean to the third option. If you ask me my personal opinion, although there's still a disadvantage, which is like having multiple vendor, how do you going to support your applications? You will have multiple people that are different system to be able to achieve your user requirement, right? That's all I want to share. I guess it's like kind of the debate of myself with that three things, right? Thank you for watching, by the way, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. I'll see you next week. Bye.